Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People.
Well done, sir. Neat, legal, non-violent, and 100% awesome.
But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day.
Cost a horrible boss all the profits from selling his company. I met an amazing mentor while doing my master's in the U.S. who hired me to work for a company where he was COO after I graduated. I'm an immigrant to the U.S., so my visa is conditioned upon being employed. Get fired, and I would quickly get deported back to the Middle East. The CEO of that company was planning on selling the company to a much larger British firm, so he wanted to maximize revenue in the short term so that he could get a better price for it. He also had a huge ego, and so did the sales VP. She was convinced that I was too young and too inexperienced for my job and tried to sabotage me quite often. Part of my job was ensuring that we respected out terms of use for the data we bought from our suppliers. I would make sure that our customers used it in the pre-approved way, that the engineers used and encrypted the right data for each product, and that we reported usage and sales accurately so that suppliers could bill us. Well, the sales VP and the CEO had approved a bunch of deals where they allowed a customer to use the data in a way that breached our supplier contracts and underreported sales to the supplier, so that they could pad the company's revenue and get a bigger payout once they sold it. I brought it up to them because I thought they might have gotten the contract terms wrong at first, but they threatened to fire me and have me deported if I didn't go along. Whistleblowing would have just gotten me deported anyway, since the suppliers were not based in the U.S. One of the suppliers asked to audit our reported sales data, but the CEO kept delaying the audit and hid it from the British firm who was going to buy us. I kept track of every single transaction they made in that way, however. After the British firm bought the company, I was one of the people they kept on because I was managing the product lines really well at the time. I got along with the new owners quite well. So when they decided to review the contracts and discovered the audit, I gave them every single file I had on those fraudulent transactions. The company had been in breach of contract with several suppliers, and I had the paper trail to prove it. The new owners immediately worked with the supplier to address the issue and reimburse them. They then claimed that this additional expense had been incurred before the purchase, since the audit predated it, deduced it and the revenue based on it from the company's total value, then took that out of the payout they were supposed to give the CEO and VP. Those two a-holes didn't make a single cent off selling their company. And that's after they'd worked on it for 6 years. And our next story. Don't threaten me if you aren't prepared to go through with it. I'm a business owner in another country with very strict libel laws. If you say something bad about someone, doesn't matter if it's true or not, and it costs them money, they can sue you. It's the law in my country, and people get sued for it a lot. Just say, for example, if you're a man and you're cheating on your wife and I tell your boss, this man is cheating on his wife, and his boss fires you, you can sue me because you lost your job because I told your boss, even though it's true that you are cheating on your wife. Stupid law, I think. If not true, I understand, but if true, why illegal? Anyway, my country's not perfect. So I own a bar. My bar's very successful. I try to take care of my customers, and I'm always at the bar making sure my staff is doing a good job. I also have a lot of events and parties. This, I think, helps my bar to be successful. So not too long ago, I moved my bar to a better location, and shortly after, the bar owner across the street started to threaten me. He said I was telling people she had illegal people work for her. She said I said she was ripping people off. I didn't know any of this. I don't even know her. I'm busy. I got a bar, I got a family, I got a normal job too. Then one day, she sends me a message and says I need to pay her $25,000 or she'll sue me. I need to pay the $25,000 because it's less than what the court would make me pay. I'm angry. I don't know why I need to pay $25,000 for something I didn't do. I think she was just mad at my success. My boyfriend, who's American, told me I should speak to a lawyer. It was very stressful. I just wanted to do my business and live a happy life. I didn't want to fight over stupid stuff. But after a few weeks of her texting me demanding I pay her money, I go to a lawyer. The lawyer says that I can sue her for blackmail and she can sue me for saying bad things about her. I told my lawyer I didn't say good or bad things about her. I don't even know her. The lawyer says then that's fine because she'll have to prove I said bad things about her, and if I didn't say anything bad about her, she can't win. But I can prove that she tried to blackmail me. If she wants money out of me for saying bad things about her, she needs to sue me, not blackmail me. So I sue her. It took a long time, a very long time. Over 1 year, in fact. Lots of paperwork back and forth, waiting, very stressful. I was pulling out my hair and just glad my boys kept me happy and focused. Then the day comes we go in front of the judge. The judge says that she can't prove I said anything bad about her, and since she can't prove I said anything bad, she gets nothing. Judge told me that I need paperwork showing how much money I pay my lawyer. I was smart and brought it with me. My lawyer was very expensive. The judge then asked how much money my business made. I told the judge, and I also brought proof. Judge then ordered her to pay 10% of my whole year money because she was trying to blackmail me, and that's not okay. 10% was a lot of money, a lot more than the $25,000 she'd try to sell her bar to pay me. I was so happy. But you see, she had a problem. She couldn't sell her bar. Nobody wanted to buy it because so many people said my bar put her bar out of business, so why would they want to buy it? When they give her a price, it's a very low price, not enough to pay me or give her enough money to do something else. So I told her, let's make a deal. You give me your bar and we say everything is even. She said that's too much money, so I promised to pay her a little bit every month as rent, and she agreed because she had no choice. So I bought her bar. I got it for a very good price because she had to pay me and she had no money. In my country, if a judge tells you that you have to pay something and you can't pay it, then one day they'll send you to jail. So I took her bar and turned it into a restaurant, which is also doing good. Now I have a good bar, a good restaurant, and I'm happy again. It was a very stressful 18 months. I didn't want to fight her. I don't know why she tried to fight me. I think she was just mad. She was always mad and mean, which is why I think no one liked her. And a little story as a dessert. Block my driveway? I'll go ahead and take your vehicles. Friday night here in the country can get a little crazy sometimes. So I don't mind when my neighbors cause a ruckus or loud party as long as it's not too crazy. Tonight I'm on call for the Virginia State Police towing rotation, which means I've got 25 minutes to get wherever the wreck/DUI/impound/etc. is. As luck would have it, my neighbors are having a party, and guess what's blocking my driveway? That's right, about 25 to 30 cars. I live down a dirt road at the end of a cul-de-sac, and it's pretty narrow, one in, one out type of deal, and with the rain we've been having, parking in the grass/clay/mud's really not the best idea. Even with a 4x4, it can still get tricky. I noticed a few cars coming in early this evening and walked over to my neighbors and made it pretty clear I was on call, and as long as they didn't block the road or my driveway, all would be good. No problems here. Well, I get a call from my boss asking if I can go warm up the rotator and the light-duty flatbed, tow trucks. It's about 12:30 a.m., so I get my boots on and the other gear because if I'm up, I might as well stay at the shop and clean a few things to stay busy and make the night move along. I get in my car, and as I'm backing out of the driveway, I notice I'm blocked in. And I don't mean by one truck, but by nearly 15 different vehicles. I calmly walk over to my neighbors, about an eighth of a mile hike, and as I'm looking for them through the crowd of drunk teenagers, some idiot wants to know why I'm on his property. He's not the property owner. I've never seen this classy gentleman. Finally, I find my neighbor and ask her if she can move the cars. I've got to go to work, and she says in a normal tone, doesn't yell over the music into the house, "Whoever's blocking the driveway next door, move your trucks." Then she slams the door in my face. I knock again, and she answers with a drunken, "Oh, God, this bee again?" Internally, I'm thinking, all right then. I do my best to explain I'm on call and need to get out of my driveway and go to work. She comes back sloshing at natural light, exclaiming, "It's a party, relax." Then she shuts the door in my face and yells, "F that DC." I smile, and as I'm walking away, Macho Man throws a beer at me and cackles, "Yeah, you best leave. Go on, get." I get on the phone with dispatch and call for as many trucks as we have available tonight, about 10, and tell them to come on over. Mama's got some PPIs, private property impounds. I call police dispatch and ask if they'd send over an officer in case things get out of hand, and as soon as he gets to my place, my rigs start rolling up, hooking vehicles up, and taking them to the impound yard. We get down to the last 3 vehicles, a yellow Civic, a gold Silverado, and an old F-150. The Civic owner bolts to his car and takes off. The Silverado girl, pretty wasted, gets stuck and starts tearing up my property. Officer walks over, and she throws a fit-long story that she gets arrested for underage drinking and DUI. The Ford owner doesn't show up. I get to work after all the impounds, and with me, I brought coffees and snacks for my drivers. Tomorrow's not a business day, which means if these tools want their cars back, it's going to be the regular $289.50 plus 2 days of storage at $55 a day and a $100 gate fee. I make a note in every single storage sheet, papers that the vehicle owners get, to thank the girl who had the party for getting towed. Several of the kids' parents called wanting to know where their cars or trucks were. I gave them the yard address and told them they can come anytime. As soon as they started shouting about illegal tows and threatened with lawyers, I showed them pictures of their cars with no parking signs and explained that I tried to reason with the owner of the property, but she was tired of being blocked in by drunken teenagers. There are signs on my road saying no parking and not to block in the driveway. Don't piss off tow truck drivers. She'll legally take your vehicles. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.